Hey everyone, and welcome to the video today, and in today's video I'm going to do a full breakdown of the latest Nintendo Switch Sports trailer that was shown off in the Nintendo Direct on the 9th of February. I'm going to start off with general information about the game, then go through all of the individual sports shown off and what we can see in the background and on the footage shown in the trailer. So, we're going to start off with general information about the game. Nintendo Switch Sport will release on April 29th and will retail at about £30, which is around $40. The physical edition with the game even comes with a leg strap for the Joy-Cons like the one included with Ring Fit Adventure. This will say that you can play football with, but I'll go into that in more detail later on in the video. In this iteration of Switch Sports, I almost said Wii Sports then, we'll be playing as new player avatars, which we can fully customise. But don't be alarmed, as in the gameplay demo it was mostly shown off as avatars, but if you actually watched the sort of mock gameplay session with the developers with Koizumi-san, you can actually see that they were playing with their own Miis. So hopefully we'll be able to play against Mii CPUs as well, as they weren't shown off in the trailer yet. As announced in the Direct, everyone who has a Nintendo Online subscription will be able to take part in the online playtest for Switch Sports, with registrations open on February 16th at 9 o'clock in the morning UK time, which is around 4-5 AM for people Eastern time and Pacific time. With the playtest there will be 5 sessions in total, each one lasting about 45 minutes each. Each playtest will occur on the following dates and times shown on screen right now. In the playtest you'll be able to play 3 sports of online matches of bowling, tennis and chambara against random players. However, Nintendo have stated that you will not be able to play matches against friends who are also taking part in the online playtest. Please be careful as well, because registrations are limited and may close at any time without any advance notice, so be sure to register for February 16th. So, we're now moving on to the sports included. In Switch Sports, you'll be able to compete in 6 sports, including volleyball, football, bowling, chambara, tennis and badminton, with real-world movements that model your actions in-game, just like past games. Nintendo have also said that they will be adding golf at a later date this autumn, but I'll get onto that in more detail later on. So, we're starting off with volleyball, a brand new sport entirely. In volleyball you can use a Joy-Con controller to serve, bump, set and spike the ball, like shown in the trailer. It's very weird to me that they haven't already had volleyball in past games, such as Wii Sports Resort. You would have thought it would be added there, but nevertheless I'm really happy to see it here. Next up we have golf. In 2022 we will get 2 free software updates. They've been planned for the release, one for summer and one for autumn. The first update arriving this summer will allow you to play football matches with a Joy-Con controller with the leg strap as discussed earlier. And the second update coming this autumn will add golf as a new sport to the game as well. I really enjoyed golf matches before in previous games, and I really hope that we can see the return of previous games' courses. Did you know most of the courses from past games are actually remakes of the courses from the original NES golf games? But I think golf was one of those sports for me where there wasn't a lot of variety, so hopefully they can add some more mini games and challenges that will really spice up the experience. So, next up we have badminton. In badminton you'll be able to control your shots left and right while keeping the shuttlecock in the air. You'll have to swing left and right whilst keeping the shuttlecock in the air. You can also unleash powerful shots to win points. This brings me on to my next point of I absolutely love the details, the bright and vibrant backgrounds, and just the sheer art style of this game in the background. It's so good. It's on display across every single sport. If you look in the background of the badminton game that they showed in the trailer, you can see lots of shops, including an ice cream shop named Ice Cream Volley. In some of the other sports we can also see shops, shopping malls, elevators, lush plants and greenery everywhere, avatars going about their daily business and also cheering on the players. I love how amazing this game looks so far from a graphical and art style perspective. Next up we have football. In Switch Sports football you'll be playing with a gigantic ball just like in Rocket League, or it at least reminds me of Rocket League anyway, or Lucio Ball from Overwatch. We'll play with both Joy-Con controllers in hand to shoot and perform diving headers. By attaching a Joy-Con controller to the leg strap accessory included with the physical version of the game, you can play shootout modes with intuitive kicking motions. There may also be more modes added in the future, just like training modes, mini games, and more challenging modes to play, just like in past games. Speaking of which, next up we have bowling, probably the all-time favourite for most people. And we can already see the implementation of some extra forms of play with a battle royale mode where the person with the lowest scoring points at the end of the round is knocked out, as well as more challenging lanes that have moving elements. As you can see on screen now, there are more challenging lanes that include massive gaps and moving elements, such as platforms that move side to side. Personally, I love this as it adds more variety and difficulty to the game. Don't get me wrong, I love playing bowling, it's just playing the same thing every time gets a bit boring after a while, so it's nice to see that they're spicing things up. Next up, we have Chambara. You guys may remember this as swordplay from Wii Sports Resort. For those who don't know, Chambara is a sport involving sword fighting, similar to fencing, but it usually is not performed on a platform surrounded by water. In this sport, you'll need to knock your opponent off the platform whilst attacking and defending using the Joy-Cons. And finally, for the sports, we have tennis. Tennis is probably the most iconic sport, arguably, from the original Wii Sports, and obviously it was taken out of Wii Sports Resort. And obviously to play tennis, you're going to need to rally by gently swinging the Joy-Con controller at the right time. I like how they use the word gently because, let's be honest, we all know how we were with our Wiimotes, where we were frantically shaking them around in the living rooms. So I guess just be careful, guys. With all of these sports, you'll be able to play online. With random matchmaking, we'll be able to redeem points for what we earn in-game, such as rewards like outfits, sports accessories, gear, and much more for our new playable avatars. I'd assume the same thing goes for Mii characters as well. The selection of items will rotate each week. Online in some sports also allows you to team up with a friend to go against other players online, so I'd imagine this would be badminton, tennis, volleyball, etc., those sort of sports. We also have confirmation that there will be leagues, as on the official website it publicly states, play online and challenge random opponents to earn in-game rewards like clothing, gear and much more, or reach the Pro League. I'm not sure what it means by leagues. I'd imagine it's sort of a, not rank play, but I assume you have an in-game rank, and the higher you go up or the more skilled you are at sports, you'll be able to join different leagues. I'm personally really excited for Switch Sports. This was a big surprise for all of us and one of my favourite announcements from the Direct the other day. We know that golf is coming in autumn, but we also may see some more sports being announced further down the line. As, for example, a few examples would be archery, boxing, we may see some sort of wakeboarding from Wii Sports Resort. As you can see on the map sports selection screen, it looks like there's 3 empty slots, with one of them most likely being taken up for golf. So, what sports do you want to see added in the future, and what did you guys think of the announcement trailer shown to us so far? That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!